why? Hey. Chronic, left, right, that's how I come. Left, right, hey, ooh yeah, boy.
Selector.
Welcome, why? Hey. Chronic, left, right, that's how I come. Left, right, hey, ooh yeah, boy.
All right. 1 second. I see y'all saying no volume. Can y'all hear me now? Is everything good? Hit me with a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me real quick. Hit your boy with a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me real quick. Okay. All right. They saying they can hear now. Can y'all see the mythology thing on the screen? Hit me with a 2 in the chat. Say mythology. Hit me with a 2. Okay. Now let's see if we can hear this, y'all. Let's go into this real quick. Okay. Good. Hit me with a 3. I'm good. Hit me with a 3. saying there's no sound. Baby, hold on one second. Hold on, let me stop the screen. Let me stop the screen. Let me go back this way. I want to show y'all this because this is the overall understanding or the common knowledge of what most religious minds have been indoctrinated to believe that the angelic ranks are. Let me see. Okay. One second. Give me a second, y'all. Rock with your boy, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to the Creator Gang and all the family for coming through real quick. You dig what I'm saying? Showing your boy some love, man. As always, it's your hostess with the mostest, burning like toast is, Cosmonian. I'm gonna keep it cracking if ain't nobody gonna keep it cracking. As always, I'm right back like I left something. You dig what I'm talking about? Big shout out to my Garifuna family. You dig what I'm talking about? And this is not a real long video. Hold on. Just way. I hate commercials. Okay. Okay.
Mythology Explained. In today's video, we're going to discuss the angelic hierarchy as reckoned by Pseudo Dionysius, a 6th
All right,
century
now we
Christian
should be good
theologian
now.
who wrote several seminal
Let's get this thing
treatises.
cracking.
His
Check this
account of
out.
the angelic hierarchy has remained influential for hundreds of years, even into contemporary times. The hierarchy he developed comprises 9 angelic choirs, 9 stratifications organized based on their proximity to God's throne. These 9 choirs are grouped in 3 triads, meaning the number 3 is significant because it reflects the Holy Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Choirs that are closer to earth are further away from God's throne, and vice versa.
Now, I wanted to lay this out to give y'all an idea of what the common understanding is in comparison to what Creator reveals in the actual truth. And you just make up in your mind, because God's not trying to get you to believe nothing. I don't give a damn what you believe. You dig what I'm talking about? If you have a better system in order, just show it. You dig what I'm talking about? We ain't even got to debate this. How you going to debate something you ain't even aware of? To the faithists bring it out. You dig what I'm talking about? But as Owaspy explains to us, all good things in the world come from the faithists, whether they understand it or not. Let's get right back to it.
Versa. For example, the Archangel Choir is ranked 2nd lowest because of its nearness to Earth. From here, we're going to look at each choir, bottom to top, working from those most earthly to those most heavenly. Let's get into it. In the third triad, we have angels, which are our first entry, followed by archangels and principalities. The bottom of the celestial hierarchy, angels, ordinary angels, if there is such a thing, account
They got archangels second to the lowest. Dig that.
for the ninth and final choir, meaning they are closest to earth and farthest away from God's throne. Indeed, more than anything else, the celestial hierarchy is a positional hierarchy. Because of this, the upper echelons are mostly removed from earthly matters, and the lower echelons are dedicated to earthly matters, angels most of all. Angels, like all the other choirs, are entities of pure spirit and exist to carry out God's will. Chief among their responsibilities are acting as the protectors of humanity and as the messengers that carry the word of God to the mortal plane. As the choir closest to humanity, guardian angels are selected from among them to watch over people, but also places like churches, towns, and even countries. As the messengers of God,
We're going to find out who these guardian angels are, where their occupation comes from. What's the knowledge of it? Where do you earn this? Where did you dig what I'm saying? You see, this is the dope part about Awasti. It's the system and order. The rank and the file. There's math and mind and reason and cause behind all of this creation. You dig what I'm talking about? Look what creators say. Don't think that I just made this thing haphazardly or randomly. He say, when I do a thing, I do it well done.
they may bring blessed tidings, such as the birth of Christ, or dark portents, such as the looming destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. As agents of the divine, they may encourage people towards the light, helping them to endure pain in all its forms and resist the temptation of sin. And as the wielders of unfathomable power bestowed on them by God, they may reveal the true potency within them, like when one angel single-handedly annihilated an Assyrian army, eradicating 185,000 soldiers. At number 8, we have archangels. There's a lot of confusion around archangels because there's the choir of archangels and there's archangel, the catch-all term used when referring to higher ranked angels, here meaning any angel of higher standing than the regular angels we discussed in the previous entry. The Archangel Michael really exemplifies why this choir is the most confounding. Michael is commonly said to be the leader of the archangels, being named the Great Captain, the leader of the heavenly hosts, and one of the chief princes. Having such an important angel ranked so low doesn't really compute, and the same can be said for several others, too, like the Archangel Gabriel. These issues in large part can be attributed to the evolution of the angelic hierarchy. Originally, there were only two classifications, that of angel and that of archangel, but over time, the hierarchy became more nuanced as newer frameworks emerged, like the one put forward by Dionysius.
What they mean by that is
comprising
niggas
9
just make
choirs
shit up.
instead of only 2 categories. Because of the close association with humanity, archangels were thought, by extension, to be nearer Earth and thus farther away from God's throne, earning them a lower rank. And because angels like Michael and Gabriel were already known,
Look at them little angel babies. You dig what I'm talking about? It's not that it's not spirits, you know, of children up there, but man, this whole cherubim. Listen, man, this. Wait till y'all find out what a cherubim seraphim really is. Wait till you figure out that they not even brought up in the rank of angels.
Known as archangels, they became grouped into this lower tier. Archangels are similar to angels, but they are more powerful and have seniority. Their primary purpose is to carry out the will of God as it pertains to humanity. Their love, compassion, and power, as bestowed by God, are incalculable, and they use their strength and goodness towards the betterment of mankind. Their number is a subject of some debate, but most versions have it at 7, a number that is substantiated in the New Testament. Then I saw the 7 angels who stand before God. Up next, we have the principalities. Also called princedoms and princes, principalities are the stewards of geographic areas, the whole gamut, from nation states to backwater villages, and the protectors of leaders, be they royal, religious, or political. In this way, they are similar to guardian angels, who are assigned to every place and person. But theologians and angelologists have posited clear differences, such as the principalities being more administrative and having great.
Is Cosmon now an angelologist? Now that I'm bringing the truth to this thing? I think I'm the world's top angelologist. You should just call me a sorcerer, because I'm about to bring all the sources.
Greater power, more likely to be granted permission to directly involve themselves in what transpires on earth. Encouraging religion through prayer and regulating politics through the guiding of thought are 2 other areas that may be within their sphere of influence. In the second triad, we have powers, which are our next entry, followed by virtues and dominations. Also called the authorities, potentates, and forces, the powers, as described by Dionysius, comprise the choir most responsible for thwarting hell's machinations. They are the force that counteract the demons that relentlessly endeavor to pull the world into darkness. They defend.
They don't even know what an angelic musician is called. They just keep saying choir.
And creation against the power of evil, helping to maintain the cosmic order through equilibrium. They also keep watch on the heavenly paths, thereby policing the passengers that connect heaven and earth, and involve themselves on the level of the individual, supporting people so that they resist evil and embrace God. Their colors are green and gold, and their symbol is the flaming sword. Up next, we have the virtues. In purview, the virtues are said to be concerned with both earth and sky, overseeing the elements of the world and overseeing celestial phenomena, such as the movement of the sun, the moon, and the stars, ensuring they all continue on their appointed paths. On earth, they act as the conductors of nature's symphony, ensuring that Earth's powers, rain, wind, snow, etc., are in balance, thus safeguarding nature itself. Other areas included in their sphere of influence are miracles, endowing the mortal heart with grace and valor, giving encouragement towards God's path, and fortifying against the difficulties of life's crucible, like hardship, suffering, and temptation. At number 4, we have the dominations. Also called the dominions, the lords, and in Hebrew the Hashmalim, the dominations, according to Dionysius, are responsible for managing the activities of the angels, thereby manifesting the will of God through the power of administration.
The Lord.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this. I can show you how.
They didn't
They're gonna call me Cosmological.
Dominions, the lords, and in Hebrew the Hashmalim, for we have of life's crucible, like hardship, suffering, and temptation. At number 4, we have the dominations. Also called the dominions, the lords, and in Hebrew the Hashmalim, the dominations, according to Dionysius, are responsible for managing the activities of the angels, thereby manifesting the will of God through the power of administration. They didn't involve themselves directly in what transpired on Earth, so seldom were they seen by humans. But despite operating behind the scenes, they were instrumental in maintaining the cosmic order. They manage minor aspects of creation, and one of the main tools at their disposal in seeing to this responsibility is delegating tasks to lower-tier choirs. They garb themselves in green and gold, and the sword and scepter are their symbols. It is thought that the dominations receive their instruction from yet higher-ranked choirs, either the thrones or the cherubim. In the first triad, we have thrones, which are our next entry, followed by cherubim and seraphim. According to Thomas Aquinas, a priest and incredibly influential philosopher, theologian, who lived during the 13th century, the thrones were responsible for contemplating divine judgment, which included the solemn duty of seeing to God's justice. As one of the 3 choirs in the first triad, their power and purity most closely resembled those of God, But despite being paragons of God's grace, a profound humbleness fills them, a quality that allows for the perfect dispensation of justice, as they have flawless objectivity and are never compromised by pride or ambition. In some Jewish traditions, the thrones are described as either the chariots or the wheels of the chariots on which the throne of God resides. This can be seen by a description given in the book of Ezekiel in the Old Testament. Here it is. This was the appearance and structure of the wheels. They sparkled like chrysolite, and all four looked alike. Each appeared to be made like a wheel intersecting a wheel. Their rims were high and awesome, and all four rims were full of eyes all around. You'll notice that everything from here is covered in eyes. It's a feature symbolic of profound wisdom and knowledge. At number 2, we have the cherubim. The cherubim first appear in the Old Testament after Adam and Eve are banished from the Garden of Eden. They're placed at the east of Eden with the flaming sword to guard the tree of life. With only the seraphim closer to God's throne, the cherubim, who are said to possess incalculable knowledge and wisdom, are among the most exalted and majestic within the angelic hierarchy. They embody God's potency, sovereignty, and goodness, are incarnations of light and glory, and are the celestial chroniclers, superlative in knowledge and the keeping of records. Their description is given in the book of Ezekiel. Here it is. In appearance their form was that of a man, but each of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. Their legs were straight, their feet were like those of a calf and gleamed like burnished bronze. Their faces looked like this. Each of the 4 had the face of a man, and on the right side each had the face of a lion, and on the face of an ox. Each also had the face of an eagle. Thought that the cherubim were inspired by either Assyrian or Akkadian art and myth. For those cultures, it was common to place bestial guardians at the entrances of palaces and temples. Winged creatures amalgamating features from several animals, including leonine faces and the bodies of bulls, sphinxes, or eagles. In Christianity, their main responsibility was to extol God, singing his praises for all the heavens. In occult lore, the responsibility of driving the Lord's chariot and bearing his throne were ascribed to them. Our top spot, the choir closest to God, goes to the seraphim. Of all those in the service of God, none are closer to the divine throne than the seraphim. This is made clear by their main responsibility, which is to constantly circle the Lord's divine throne, endlessly chanting, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The entire earth is full of his glory." In appearance, the seraphim are described as having 6 wings, 2 to cover their faces, 2 to cover their feet, and 2 for flight. They are covered in eyes, and they are usually depicted with red wings, symbolizing fire, but not the sort that gives pain, instead representing the ever-burning power of love and redemption. They seldom feature in the Bible, only appearing by name in the book of Isaiah when they place a burning coal on Isaiah's lips to purify him. In the book of Enoch, an ancient religious text considered to be non-canonical by most denominations underneath the Abrahamic religion's umbrella, the seraphim are described as having 16 faces, 4 for each cardinal direction, and that they radiate a light so brilliant that even the lower choirs couldn't look upon them. Many angels have been asserted as the leader of this choir, including Metatron, Michael, Seraphiel, and Satan pre-fall. And that's it for this video. If you enjoy the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. As always, leave your video suggestions down below.
Interesting. Now, 1 second, y'all, because they got to. One second. Let me pull up. Let me pull this up. Stop sharing. Let me stop sharing and share this with y'all. This is the Lord's 5th book. Now remember, they told you in this video that a seraphim is an angel, and it's an angel that's, you know, the closest next to God, I guess. You dig what I'm talking about? Even though even they God said there is no gods beside me, you know, but you know what I mean, they won't see that as a contradiction. So you dig what I'm saying? We just want to show some higher light on what a seraphim actually is and why man has always envisioned angels with wings. Now, we understand that now in the Cosmon era, that spirits or angels, right, are just one-time living men. They're dead men. You dig what I'm talking about? And when your physical body perishes and begins to dissipate, your spiritual body go on to continue to live its life and progress and grow. If you don't believe that, well, you're not even religious. If you don't believe that there is a spirit or there is a spiritual world and hence must be a spiritual system that governs it, not only are you unaware, you may be totally indoctrinated. But let's go show what a WASP has to say about a seraphim. Right? Right. This is the Lord's 5th book. And it says, hitherto, right? An angel called the Lord of the earth, right? Drove the first man out of the region of light. This is a symbolic telling of, or an allegorical telling of a true story, told mouth to ear from man to his son, and from a wife or mother to her daughter, you know, mouth to ear. This is the oral doctrines. Those coming from a more Eastern understanding, and these are your stories of the eggs and in the beginning of creation, that you find, like, let's say, in the Indus Valley. These are the beginnings and to these understandings. But let's go into it a little further. Hitherto, the Lord of the earth drove the first men out of the region of light. Sound familiar, right? To the Eden story. And set highborn angels on the boundaries of Shinvat. Now, we know Shinvat is the misunderstanding of what these boys are calling the firmament, or, you know what I mean, the ability to not cross into the firmament. This is actually what keeps the water separated from the waters, our atmosphere, but there is a textual difference due to speed and power, right? And the force of vortex at the peripheries of our atmosphere, right? And understanding that the power of a vortex is from its extremity towards its center, think bicycle tire, right? With its actual power at a right angle, right? Just like a bicycle wheel, right? there would be the greatest power at the extremity or the wheel, and no power, or the central lesser force, in the middle. This is, common physics. But they misunderstanding of the border between our atmosphere and actual space. The great Shinva, right? He said he set highborn angels at the border of Shinva, at the gates of the upper heaven. What upper heaven? Ethereal. To guard the tribes of faithists forever after. What you want to bet that these angels, right? These highborn angels set at the borders of Shinva, right? Now, mind you, this would have been during the time of Su, if I'm not mistaken. Roughly 18,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago, maybe the time of Thor. How much you want to bet that these high-raised angels, right, set at the borders of Shinva, right, to guard the tribes of the faithists forever, are today now called and are the Algonquin ancestors who are watching over us today, as in revealed in the Book of S, Book of Ben, the Book of Radiance also. But nevertheless, evil being set on foot soon overspread the earth. So here too rested his hands on his thighs and swore an oath. This is where you get in your understanding that Lord or God has a physical body, because they were once physical men. So here too, rested in your spiritual body looks like your physical body. If you don't believe that, you ain't got to believe me. But go ask anybody who's been to war and ever got their extremity amputated. They'll tell you to this day that they can still feel that arm that was cut off. It'll itch. And they'll look to go scratch it, and it'll be itching, and your arm ain't there. Or people say, man, I feel my toes twinkling, and you just got your leg amputated 3 years ago, nigga. How you feel your toes itching? Because the spiritual body is in the shape of the physical body, and just because you lose a limb on your physical body doesn't mean that your spiritual body is now in some way shortened or lessened. No, it's still there. And that's why you can feel it. But look, so here too rested his hands on his thighs and swore an oath, right, to the all light, the Ormaz, that he would drown the world. Ooh-wee. So who is here too in the Indus Valley understanding? Who we would call here too? We know that's Af. Because we know Af is the angelic being that drowned the world and all the living. And in answer to the Lord, who hereto a what? A seraphim. Watch me dropping this in 1881. Look what it's saying a seraphim means. And is this the reason why they say angels have wings? Because we know goddamn well men don't have wings. So guess what? Dead men don't have wings neither. So what are these niggas saying they're seeing? You see what I'm saying? Well, when we look in Owaspy during the birth of Yeshua, oh yeah, that's right. We got Big Bro up in there. Real story of Yeshua. Shout out, man. Hey, hit me with a 5 in the chat, man. Give me 5. As a matter of fact, give me a 5 and a vortex for the Big Bro Yeshua. Huh? Give me a 5 and a vortex for the Big Bro Yeshua. If you love Yeshua, you dig what I'm talking about? I ain't talking about Jeebus. I ain't say nothing about Jeebus. I ain't say nothing about Jeebus. I'm talking about that nigga with that pretty black cocoa skin with that long black coarse nigga hair. Descended from Abram. Descended from Moshe. You dig what I'm talking about? Protected by the great Lord. Now, Lord Elias. Huh? Or Pharaoh. Which Pharaoh, Cosmo? Almost the first. And to answer the Lord, look what happened. A seraphim, a mighty fire ship, came down out of the sun region. What? Y'all niggas keep playing, man. A mighty fire. A seraphim is a fire ship. What y'all thought? Angels just, just floated around willy-nilly? No, nigga, you needed a car to get around on Earth. What the fuck you think? Excuse my French. What you think you need to get around in heaven in? You think you just, now you super, no. You just think yourself, Wonder Twin powers activate. Now you on Jupe, you can just go with, no. Just like on Earth, you got to get in a car to go to another state. If you want to go to a different heaven or you want to go see different sites in the heavens, you got to get in a vehicle. Guess what the fire ship, guess what the fiery type is called? A seraphim. And look what it said the ship did. It came out the sun region, opening the floodgate of heaven. Now, this is crazy. And unless you have the understanding of the true cosmology of the earth, this next thing ain't even going to make sense to you, right? Now, you'd have heard about the water separating the waters, but we talking about a ship in space, right? At Shinvat, that's doing what? Opening the floodgates of heaven with a sea of water. Uh-oh. What's the water, Cosmo? Is it really water? Don't be so simple. But if you're going to be simple, simplify it all the way. What is water? Water is fluid. Y'all think that's real water? No, it's not. It's a water-like substance. That's ether. The most rarefied substance in the world that sublimates is in allows the combination on outside. It is in and outside of all corporeality. It penetrates everything, and everything is actually in it. There is no, okay, in the beginning they would talk about a primordial soup, right? Where all possibility of creation, or the building blocks of all creation, was just stationary, right? And then they give you the story where the spirit moved, right? We understand that as the creator speaking or creating motion. And because of this positive nature of energy, right? Because that's what he just did. Motion creates energy, right? So, when we get back to this sea of water, we find out that the sea of water is not actually water. It's a fluid-like substance, like water. What are the three makeups of all corporeality, right? There's the physical, tangible, corporeal, right? There's the gaseous state, and there's the liquid state. Liquid, solid, gas. You dig what I'm talking about? Of all corporeality. That liquid that Hertz proved is real. That sea of water, that Maxwell proved is real, is called ether. The ancients had it right. Modern science changed it for the theory of relativity and got it wrong. James Clerk Maxwell, what's the man that found the first electron? Ooh, name slipping my mind. These men knew that there was a substance that all so-called force, whether it's sound, whether it's light, whether it's taste, electricity, magnetism, had to travel in a medium that couldn't be seen. Science tries to explain this as org, O-R-G, or original energy, not understanding ether. It is what, think about this, right? Think about this. Everywhere, all throughout the galaxy, there is hydrogen, right? Everywhere, well, that's a lie. But in many places, throughout the whole galaxy, everything, there is many places and where oxygen is. What allows, right, or gives the ability, right, of one element or atomic element of oxygen to now mix and take on 2 parts of hydrogen. Now, also, that only happens at certain levels and pressures. This is why the clouds only rise to a certain density or a certain plateau, because something begins to rarefy and tear apart the 2 parts of hydrogen from the 1 part of oxygen. The ability to do it is through the ether. What actually creates it is vortexia from the spin of our atmosphere. So when they tell us in the Bible that the water is separating the water, we know that's the atmosphere, because ether or space, what they call this, what do they call that? They call it, they try to explain it away as They call it like dark energy, but they call it they give it a name. Oh, come on, Cosmonian. Slipping my mind. Y'all help your boy out. Oh man. They call it a goo that they say they don't know what it does. It's almost pure carbon substance, dark matter. Right. I had it right. All right, I was tripping. Right. That dark matter that they talking about is ether. And guess what? In that ether is sublimated everything. I'm talking about to make up planets, to make up sun, moon, stars, to make up niggas, to make up comets, to you name it. Sublimated in that material, right, is everything. And depending, when you give that so-called dark material, that sea of water, a rotary motion, right, it begins to condense the material sublimated within it. And with the motion, right, this positive nature of or aspect of the creator, which is called him, right, at this point, begins to push, as in vortexia, not pull as in gravity, this material together towards its center. But as the sublimated material moves towards the center, it accumulates kinetic energy from the molecules rubbing against each other as they move. So by the time it gets towards the center, the material sublimated within the ether is now hot, and what we would call piezoelectric. And once it smashed from both sides, it is kinetic energy at that point, but that can become piezoelectric once it coalesces. This is the beginning of a planet, man. This is cosmology. This is what they don't get. You dig what I'm talking about? But let's get back. Let me show y'all real quick. This is the Jehovah Chronicles, number 97. The ranks of angels. Fair use is always applied to all teachings. Just assume it's applied. Right? I ain't stealing nobody's stuff. Don't give your boy no strikes. I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to tell the truth regardless. So you do what you got to do. You dig what I'm saying? But y'all don't understand that these records is going to be here forever. Well, they going to talk about old Fauntleroy. You dig what I'm talking about? Oh, Lord Cosmonian one day. When they cracked that new OWASP. When them niggas in the next arc cycle come to, yeah, they're going to talk about Lord Cosmonian, Fauntleroy. Peace to Black Rain, man. Peace to all the creative gang, man. All the enlightened people, man. Those who want better for all good people. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you believe. Are you willing to do the work? That make you my people. You love them babies? You love Jaja? Huh? Do you not believe that there is something out there? Do you know there's something out there? Because if you talking about marrying my daughter, I got a step-by-step booklet for you to get. your game on track and not your wig pushed back dealing with Cosmonian. She thought that, I don't know what they thought it was. But I don't care what they thought it was. It's number 97. We creeping on the come up on that 100, right? What we gonna do? We gonna turn up. You dig what I'm talking about? Have a virtual smoke session? What we gonna do? Keep trying to get me to do the glacial maximum in the Ice Age gods again. Ooh. Hey, if y'all want to see the even with the new information I got, oh man, do y'all want to see a redo on glacial maximum in the Ice Age gods? If y'all want to see a new version of the, now if y'all ain't seen this, go back to, I think this video number 5, 6, something like that. It's early. You dig what I'm talking about? I ain't did one since then. You dig what I'm talking about? And come to find out, people been telling me that that's one of their favorites. So we might have to go ahead and redo that. You dig what I'm talking about? If y'all want that that new and improved 2024 repackaged up Jehovian special. You dig what I'm talking about? If you want that Ormazdian special on that Glace Age Maximums and the Ice Age gods, man, hit me with a 6 in the chat. Hit me with a 6 in the chat if y'all want that new boy. You dig what I'm talking about with that Vortexian twist on that thing. You dig what I'm talking about? But this is what I wanted to show. Right? This is the lesson. This is the lesson. We're going to bring out revealed through a waspy, right, in the 33rd year of Cosmon, 1881, right? Yeah, no idea, bro. I don't like try to hold it or lord information over nobody here. This is why I just give it out. Whatever come to my mind that I feel I can talk on and help somebody with any understanding of anything. What more is a God? If I made somebody crack that waspy one time, just once, then it's Fauntleroy forever. What they gonna deal with young Cosmonian then? When he had Lord God status, what they gonna do? Same thing they really doing right now, crying out. Gang, know what I'm talking about? We gonna have to break these boys out of hell knots. It's sad. They keep groveling down and deeper and darker into the muck. They never look up. But guess what? Fire rod, water rod. You gonna wake up. You gonna look up. One day, you gonna call out for Cosmo. Y'all laugh. Y'all. It's the first thing you did. Oh, he crazy. Now you see the world moving towards what I'm saying. Now you see the world moving to what Jaja been telling you. We can't make all this stuff up. Why you think it's always quiet on the set? Because we're going to come through and wipe your shit out. You say anything about Jah. You better come try to build. Remember, this still Cosmon. And I'm first gen. I still got some of that in me. I got a little extra dose of that Ahuin in me. Keep playing. What I know, and what your grandma know, and what your grandfather know, and what your mama learned, that she told you, and you know it's true now if you got any sense, is one thing. This is a truthism in the whole galaxy. Nobody can get past this. You gonna learn. It's just how you learn. You gonna learn the easy way. Jah, objective. Or you gonna learn the hard way. The world, subjective. You thought that was gonna go the other way. And that's what they've been lying about. They've been skewing our whole point of view. Told us where we needed another nigga to do anything. Need nobody to do nothing. They ain't did nothing yet. Everybody touched me was a physical man. That's God. Somebody did a good work for me. That's Jah. Through the hands of his sons and daughters. What you talking about? I don't need Jeebus for nothing. I don't need Buddha. I don't need Brahma. I don't need Osiris. I don't need no middleman. I go to the source. Let's get to teaching them what they don't know. And what they don't know is the ranks of angels. Hit me with a 7 in the chat. We're going to get this thing crack-a-lacking real quick. You dig what I'm talking about? We're going to get this thing crack-a-lacking real quick. Hit me with a 7 in the chat, man. Sub, like, share. Hit that like button, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Coming in the crib, wipe your feet. Hit the button, man. It's free. Don't cost you nothing to support the channel. It's free. Share that mug. Even if you don't like what I'm saying. Share it just because you know I'm one of the last of the real ones. They'll stand in the fire. Yeah, it's some cut niggas out there. They'll stand in the fire to lead you to something fucked up. Something of declension. Something negative. Yeah, they'll stand in the fire next to you. Fight with you. To go down in flames. Yeah. Fight to get in here. Yeah. But who fighting to keep you about that mug? Who fighting to, first of all, take the spooky out of it? Hell is just the lowest part of the atmosphere. It's just the breathable part. Let's get it cracking, Cosmoni, and the rights of angels. First of all, what is an angel? Here's a source from the Cambridge Dictionary. Angel, a noun, is a spiritual being. That's a problem. That's a problem right there. If y'all see that that's a problem there, to believe, if you have to believe anything about your God, he fake. The creator is objective. That means they don't know. When they say believed, that means they think. Yeah, we think it's a messenger of God. But if God, and Selah brought this brought this point up before in one of his last lives. If God delivers the message himself, then he is a angel also. And if your God has form, shape, and figure like a man, like a deity, like a God, and is demanding to be worshipped, he is false and does the opposite of what true gods and goddesses do. Peace to the created gang and all the Nirvanian God being in some religions who is believed. You might as well add in he is Jeebasast to be a messenger of God. Come on, Cosmonian, get to preaching today on these niggers, huh? Because usually they represent it as having a what? A human form, but with wings. We just showed you where the whole idea of a seraphim having wings, 6 wings. And look, go look at a modern day jet fighter. They got 6 wings too. But let's keep it going. But notice, an angel has a human form. Why is that? Because that is true. All angels are one-time men. All of them, everywhere. And there's billion, trillions, so many of them you can't even. There's, first of all, so many just here on the earth. They everywhere. I'm talking about the good, the bad, the in-between. They all in the air. This is why they call him the Lord of the air. This is why the old wise tale, don't clap your hands. Remember that? Don't clap your hands because it's supposed to draw the demons. Don't snap your fingers because it's supposed to draw, because they're in the air. What I'm telling you is that our ancient forefolks didn't quite understand vibrational vortex in the way that the spirits was using it. Why? Because they was dumbed down on purpose through religion. Some got it. I think many of the major structures on this earth were made through sound. I think Owaspy gives us the clearest view of even how any of this stuff was done. Talking about Great Pyramids, all of it. You dig what I'm saying? It's the most logical that I've seen. And ain't no spooky beings coming from nowhere. Man did this. As a matter of fact, y'all tag my boy Smash Rockwell, man. I need to get with Smash Rockwell. Smash, I'm writing a thesis paper on and I want to talk to you, bro, to get your point of view on some of my research and my new point of view that I'm about to bring out on pre-dynastic Egypt. I heard that you might have an understanding on the ideal or the tale of the religious foundation of Egypt about the man from the south. Right? I would like to pick your brain if I could a little bit, bro. Y'all hit Smash Rockwell. Or also Commission Adept. Yeah, look, Smash Rockwell read the Metal Netter, so gotta rock with him. And Commission Adept deal with the hieratic, so you gotta kind of rock with them. If you can read Metal Netter and One brother can read hieratic. I need to talk to both of you. I don't care about what, none of that. I just want to talk to the real and the people who I believe got some information to confirm the information that I'm finding. And if they seeing it the same, boy, I'm about to change the game on pre-dynastic Egypt. Huh? Boy, I'm about to blow your mind. Oh, ho, ho. Y'all have no clue what Cosmonian be having in the works. Right? But notice, an angel has a human form. Now, here's a source in a wasp, from a wasp, right? An angel, a spirit man or woman. Simple. Now, the word spirit does not define whether man or animal. The word spirit does not define whether it is a man or a woman or an animal, but is sometimes used instead of angel. So see spirit, right? The source, Owaspy, right? Spirit. Let's get into it. Definition. Synonymous, right? But not correctly with angel. Dig this. This get deep. Put your thinking cap on, light your little splipper tang. You dig what I'm talking about? Because this get deep. Watch this. When we say water, we may not mean the ocean. But when we say ocean, we mean water. Let me run it back. When we say water, right? We're talking about water. We might not mean the ocean, right? When we say water. Because we could be talking about seas, rivers, lakes, right? But when we say ocean, right, we definitely mean the water. See? So here we go. Thinking caps. When we say angel, we do mean a spirit. Right? But when we say spirit, we might not mean angel. Here we go. See, we went back up when we read that. See, angel, also spirit, right? Dig this. What is the spirit? Right? The spirit means the expression of an entity or what a thing does. Right? Is its spirit. This is how you prove what a thing is. All goddamn day. Cosmon, plant this seed right here and you gonna grow some apples. I plant that thing, I wait the 3 years, the tree come up, it look good, and the fruit start coming on this mug, and it's big red apple looking things. Now this supposed to be an orange now. And you telling me, yeah, even after you see these big red apples growing on this fruit, on this tree, right? The expression of a thing proves what it is. Let this sink in a minute. If the Israelites were never warriors, who the hell is them niggas fighting against the Assyrians? Fighting against the Persian Medes? Fighting the Babylonians? Chopping a young lady up and sending her in 12 pieces? Huh? A priest did that. What if you found out Moses left Egypt and went west? The next logical question is, who the niggas in Jerusalem? Who was some niggas who was fighting in them wars? Huh? They tell you who they is. They just ain't you, Israel. Uh-oh. You got to come on back to the creator. Because this is how you prove who. You can't tell me an Israelite and you producing death. You an Israelite and you producing death. Eating death. You don't love the creator. You praising Lord and God. You don't know nothing about the Great Spirit. That applies to my Aboriginal brothers too. You ain't an Indian till you praise the Great Spirit. You can know all your background, all your everything. But till you get the hooting and hollering for the creator, huh? The Great Spirit, huh? What my brothers in the plains call it, Tonka. The great Watanka. The great mystery. The great Ego Quim. Huh? Just how you prove who you is by what you do. This how you prove. This is why a lot of stuff that the faithists do don't be recorded a lot in history. Because we affecting people. Who go on to get away from niggas. And do their own thing in the name of the creator. Spirit means expression of entity. For example, how one expresses and what is expressed are a result of the state of the spirit, right? So this is the atmospheric level, first resurrection. So the heavens attached to the earth. The atmospheric heavens attached to the earth. Remember, we're in the atmosphere. Its edge is called Shinvat. So in between the end of our atmosphere and our earth, right? The physical ground. Heaven is the heavens of the earth, the atmosphere is cut in 3 sections, right? And they move at 3 different speeds. And because of that, the more denser more impotent material is towards the earth and on and made of the earth. It makes the earth, right? And hence, the more rarefied and more sublimated and more powerful parts of the elemental part of our creation are towards the extremities of our atmosphere, right? And that is because of the 3 different spinning rates found going towards our planet, right? Because of force. That force is vortexia, not gravity. But in the first resurrection, right? Once you die, you just don't lay in the ground. After 1,000 years, your stinking ass bones ain't about to climb up out the grave, smelling like every bit of death, with your bony little knees knocking and teeth chattering in your eyeballs and hanging out your socket, looking gory and gooey, about to climb up out no grave and get no new body. It's not about to happen, ninja. No, that body returns to where it came from the stuff it was made of. The same stuff the planet was made of. Do you know you got they got what's that liquid little substance? Mercury. Do you know you got mercury in your body? So perfect. We know for a fact you can't even touch mercury. And it'll kill you. You get mercury poison. Can't touch it. How you get iridium in your body? Do you know what iridium is? Iridium come from falling nebulous materials, like because it's rhyme and reason to all this. Because there's a creator and he had a plan and he never stopped. Our planet was even created before our moon still going on. He never rested, he never stopped. So why do you think when your physical body would die, the thing that is you, that you look in the mirror and see every day, that you know ain't your physical goddamn body, right? Cosmon, you crazy. Well, then how you see what you see your dreams with? If your physical eyes is closed, what you see your dreams with? Stop talking to me. We gonna build, but we ain't. But you ain't gonna talk at us. You did want to talk about, especially when you ain't the sharpest knife. What do you see your dreams with? How do you smell in your dream? You didn't ate something in your dreams and tasted it. With what? Spiritual eyes. There's even a representation of this in the Bible. They call it the armor of God. Over with. I think that's a selfish point of view. I think you think that you more important than everybody else. You think just because you die, this shit gonna end. No, nigga. You messed up while you was here. You didn't learn the lessons. Because if you die with that understanding, bring out. See, Jaja fair. See, there's people who not gonna never believe. He don't want you to believe. He wants you to know anyway. So he prove it to you anyway. Even the non-believers, atheists, everybody. You did what I'm talking about. He got something for you. You don't leave nobody out. Right? But I didn't put that up here. But I just want to let y'all know that every base is covered. You start learning from day one, and then you get put into school right around 4 years old. You go to beginning guard, then you go to kindergarten, then you go to first grade, second grade, third grade. It's going to be the same thing in the heavens. As above, so below. So look, I don't know what y'all going to be doing, but this is what the faith is going to be doing. Huh? Dig this. This is what grandma doing right now. Has your grandma died since COVID? Your loved one died since COVID? Shout out to Shebrew 144. Y'all put them vortexes in the chat. Shout out my baby Shebrew 144. She been on my mind lately. Y'all hit them vortexes in the chat for Shebrew 144. That was my baby. You dig what I'm talking about? I'll be right back. Yeah. Just wanted to give a big shout out to the Swift Messenger. You dig what I'm talking about? The real Swifty McVeigh. Shebrew 144. You dig what I'm talking about? Let's get back to it. And see, it's just like so. Your grandma died 5, 10 years ago. COVID, get your baby. Let's see what they gonna be doing, huh? Ain't no resting in peace. It's rising. Cause see, your interest into the atmospheric or the spirit, just the unseen part of the physical world, what you would call, this is the gaseous state. What gas you been looking at? You ain't seen no air yet. But this is it. This is the first resurrection, the lowest of the atmospheric heavens, which is called Hades, Hara, or hell. So when the ancients, the old schoolers was telling us, yeah, you in hell already? Yup, it's the breathable part of the atmosphere. Breathe it in. Remove the spooky. Right? That's just what it's called. What it is there are hell knots. What is called a knot in the lower atmosphere, or what we call Hara, Hades, hell. Right? This is what you've always heard about in myth. A knot. Let's get to these angelic rings. Let's go see what grandma, auntie, cousin Jerry, you dig what I'm talking about? Grandma Elma, John A, you dig what I'm talking about? Uncle Tommy, Auntie Sassy. Let's go see what they doing, huh? Cause ain't no rest, huh? Ain't no rest. It's perpetual ascension, not reincarnation. Perpetual incarnation, higher and higher. The Creator said, I gave you a physical body to learn physical things, but then I created death so you could inherit my Ethereal kingdoms. Come on, man, this is where we going. I don't want to be here in Jerusalem, on earth, stuck in a box with dogs and warlock and witches out. I'm straight. I'm out, bro. I'm out. They should have never told me this. Even if none of it's real, it's better than what we got. But, oh, go ahead and try to disprove it. That's what we want you to do. We don't believe Owaspy. We challenge this thing every time we get, and they keep whooping us. One day you're going to say, bing, dang, it's a creator. And everything opens up. Oh, boy, when that light cut on, I guarantee you, you going to put that Owaspy down, and them tears going to come. I guarantee it. If you ain't broke down and cried yet, you ain't even read Owaspy. You a lying nigga saying that you read that and you didn't feel some type of way. What? You a lying nigga. Truth ain't in you. I don't care what none of you say. Ain't none of you tougher than me. And that's a gut punch. Boy, when you realize that they lied about everything, they lied on the lies. Dang. Let's see what grandma and them doing. Cause see, we got system and function over here. Your book don't even tell you can. Your book tell you angel something different than you. No, it's just a dead Jew. Anime. Huh? Where you think you go? You don't go no goddamn where. It be right here, situated to your spiritual way or how you lived your life. So if you lived your life 50% selfishly for yourself and doing 50% good works for, so now judge yourself so you know within a surety by your good works where you gonna be when you die. Sobering. Let's go see what grandma do. Did your grandma die in the last 2 years? Well, she is called an ascension, right? This is the book of divinity. Anybody want to go along? Many of these things were taken out of the book of divinity, but all found within the book of earth, sky, and spirit, or I speak. And ascension. Now, S means spirit. Yan means new. Funny how this word Essene or Essene sounds like Essene. We know the Y can have the long E sound. Essene. Well, grandma was if she came in low. Because see, this also, all this, we're going to get into these angelic ranks because these are ranks of angels. But all this, for those who have entered the second resurrection, can be learned in the second resurrection, way down here, while you advancing in the second resurrection, while you advancing to first resurrection learning. Because look what we're going to learn. In the first resurrection, though, dig this. In Essene, you'll be a new spirit for 2 years. You'll be an entered apprentice or an entered apprentice angel for 2 years. And then you go to be a craftsman for 7 years. And then a nurse assistant or like a CNA to the asas. The asas is an angelic rank. He is a greater, right? And then after you basically become a CNA, you become an assistant to the physician for 10 years. Then you become a nurse for 10 years. And then a physician for 50 years. Many of our ancestors who died within the last, what is this, 50, 60, 70, 3, 80, 4, 85 years, or you dig what I'm talking about? In the last, what is that? Since the 30s. You dig what I'm talking about? People born in the 30s. If your ancestor died since this time, they probably right here. That's if they didn't, they just believed in the creator or whatever. You know what I mean? Didn't have no, they came up through the religious ranks and whatever. You dig what I'm talking about? But you get past that too. It's just about when, right? Because what you bound to here, you're bound to there. But there's a redemption process. This is the dope part. There ain't no burning in hell forever, right? You gotta clean up what you messed up. And that means all its effects. Ooh, and all who it has affected. It's make you treat people different, don't it? Make you think about treating people. Well, they become a physician. Think about this. Where does the word or the idea for a physician even come from? Why? Because what's on earth is imitated after what's in the heavens. The first physicians came to the earth. Men acting like what they've been taught spiritually to see and reenact took on the title physician. It's a rank of an angel. Then you become an entered factor for 12 years, a food transporter. They're going to say, Cosmo, what you talking about? Well, see, the creator has created a ceaseless bounty of Etherian food that comes from the negative part, or what you would call the ripening, right? The essence of all plant life, right? Fruits, veggies, herbs. You dig what I'm talking about? You'll find those things in the heavens, in their spiritual essence. So if your physical body got to eat, then your spiritual body got to eat. And you better know how to get it. So for 12 years, you become a food transporter. You be working for Walmart in heaven. Then you become a large body transporter, even moving planets. We're not even going to go there. For 12 years, you become a large bodies transporter. You transport large things. And for 30 years, you become a creative or a designer. Also, what's known as a condenser. For 30 years. Its opposite, if creative or creator is positive, ooze is destruction or sublimation, and hence negative, right? But remember, positive and negative are not good and evil. They're necessaries. There is no creating without destroying. And they happen at the same time. Wrap your mind around this. You are living and dying at the same time. Think about this. The natural makeup of all corporeality since your birth and inception into your physical body, right? The entire being of creation has been trying to kill you. It's been unsublimate. It's been sublimating you since day one. We've called that aging. Man, if y'all getting a little something out of this, man, hit me with the God number, man. Put that super 7 in the air. Hit me with something. You dig what I'm talking about? We're going to keep this short. We're just going to keep moving. Right? Angelology. Because they don't know nothing about this. The Cosmon teach you, but you don't know. So for 30 years, you become a creative or designer, a condenser. And for 12 years, you become a ooze learner or a destroyer or sublimator. Right? For 12 years. Then you enter college. Remember, they went and got Moses from the higher heavens. Where he was at? In college. You enter into a school for architecture for 8 years. Come on, man. Y'all want to be in the grave for 1,000 years, bones rotting, come back, stinking nigga body, get up out the ground, zombie. No, I want to enter into the school of architecture. I want to build judgment seats and thrones for the gods. What? Why do you learn this? Why do you even learn to build judgment seats and thrones? Why? Because you're going to one day have to build your own. Huh? You, God. When you going to wake up, goddess? It's you. When you going to wake up, Christian man? Nobody Jeebus but you. There is no Chris but the Most High. That nigga on that nag ain't gonna make it. Sad news. He didn't make it. He went to a hell now. Got off light in my book. But why? Because you're gonna need to build your own Cosmonian. The whole point of this is to walk me to the Godhead. So yeah, I need to learn architecture because in my world, I may need to build buildings. How do you build them? By condensing and sublimating. How you get this? How you get all the stuff there to do it? By y'all you got to see first, second, third, fourth. It's the advance. Now look. Then you enter into the school of light and darkness. Come on. I want to go there. I want to graduate that summa cum laude. Huh? It ain't going to take Cosmon 70 years. I'm going to get mine in 7 and keep pushing. Huh? Who with me, man? Peace to the creative gang, man. Then we going to learn how to build heavenly boats. and become ship navigators and builders. Why? Why you learn that for 24 years, Cosmonian? Because on the next level, you earn the right to travel the atmospheric heavens or our atmosphere and the earth for 50 years. But now I can build my own heavenly boat to travel in. That is a total of 1,071 years. But it don't stop. Huh? Didn't I tell you perpetual progression forever? Because there's a second resurrection. Remember, it's 3 sections. Hada, Atmospheria, and Nirvana, or the highest atmospheric realm. The third. They call it paradise, Nirvana. Some people think it's the duat, the higher heavens, the upper room. Yeah. That's bound right here to the earth. Right? And that's just the first resurrection. And it's saying is an angel. An entered apprentice is an angel. A craftsman is an angel. A nurse assistant is an angel. A physician or nurse is an angel. A physician is an angel. A factor. You become a factor. That's an angel. A food transporter. A large body transporter is an angel. Then you come out of you enter college for 40 years, but hold on. Then you enter a school of light and darkness to master light and darkness. Come on. If you was going to be God, well, and these be things you need to know. The second resurrection, right? For 200 years, you are going to be a Lewis. We know y'all don't know what a Lewis is. A Lewis is a spiritual geneticist. It's an angelic being that brings together people to bring about certain results in the children. How do you think a prophet is made? You think they just by chance, they just randomly pop up? No, they planned and plotted against by the masters of generations, aka the Lewis, right? And then you have one we always hear about, but is never explained, the Ashar. This is your quote unquote guardian angel, right? He, she are one of 4 angels who rotate on a shift on a group of humans for 133 years, profiting their births. You dig what I'm talking about? And practicing after mastering the Lewis status, a geneticist, you're able to watch them, guard them, guide them as an Ashar. This is also the angel who writes the record of your life that is delivered to the higher heavens upon your death. Then you do that for 133 years, and then you become an Asaf or a greater for 66 years, right? So when a human dies, his guardian angels, right, his Ashars, deliver him to the angels who are going to situate him in a heaven built for his spiritual rate. Or to dumb it down a little bit, they're going to take him to a heaven that's situated for a light that he can perceive. if that makes sense to you. They don't want the light to be too bright, or he won't get it. They want him to be right where, to the limit of where he can focus well at. That depends on how you lived your life, or AKA spiritual rate. So after the 66 years of being a greater of souls, there's a movie called it's an Asian movie where a guy is a y'all help me with this. The guy is he's a firefighter. He's an Asian firefighter. He saves this baby from falling out, or this woman from falling out this window, and he falls off out the thing, and he dies. But because it was tragic and he died, and he saved the lady, but because he died so quickly and tragically, he didn't know he was dead. Right? So the in the movie, two spirits come to him. Right? One a female, his guardian, right? Called and his Ashar. Among the gods. There we go, Misha. Good looking. Among the gods. It's a good movie. If you want to see the ideal of what an Ashar and a Soth, and also what a Lord is. Because there are lesser gods who rule certain regions, and they are the judges in these regions. They would be equivalent to what a true Lord is, right? Among the gods. That's right. That's right there. It's a good view on what an Ashar and an Asaph does. Now, the girl was his Ashar, his guardian, right? The Asaph was the dude who was taking him through the heavens, getting him to pass these certain tests and fighting off demonic spirits for him. That's an Asaph. He's a greater. He's taking him where he needed to be. So you can't tell me it's just by chance that all the way in Asia, probably through the sons of Hotian. You know what an Israelite in Asia is called? Do your homework on Hotian. It hit different when you actually know what you're talking about. So you can't tell me somebody didn't know something about Owaspi when they got the Asafs and the Ashars right in the movie. But after that, you enter into what is called the chapter of the primary soul, right? And this is so amazing. I shortened it, I chopped up the verses just to get an idea, just a small glimpse of the stuff you're gonna learn in and mind you, this is the lower second resurrection. Watch this. Enter into the chapter of the primary soul. Watch this. Here's an example from the book of Divinity, Div, who is the title of true God when he is in the Diva. The Diva is a council. So he has his homeboys around him. They propound all the stuff, right? And then he make the final choice out of all the he had all the best stuff together, and then he make a decree. In that council, true God is called Div. So don't let the whole diva stuff spook you. People scare you with this religious stuff. Here's an example of the stuff you're going to be learning once you enter into the chapter of the primary soul. Div decree, or true God decree, he shall now be entitled to enter into the chapter of the primary soul. What is that? His first it's a school. What are you going to be learning? His first lessons shall be in colors and sounds, both of corporeal or physical and of or spiritual. So his first lessons is going to be in colors and sounds, physical colors and sounds, and spiritual colors and sounds. Okay, we warming up already. Until when any combination of colors is placed before him, he can instantly perceive every color, shade, and tint, and the apparent velocity, hold on, of light and its force, its extrinsic or its built-in natural force that it emanates. And he shall pursue this study, right, of spiritual light and spiritual sound and being able to create them and distinguish them till he can create in spirit the counterpart of anything incorporeal. Wow. So you will be able to make, you're going to learn how to make a spiritual representation of anything physical, or create anything physical, right? Or create in the physical the counterpart of anything in the spirit. And of sounds, he shall proceed in the same way, hear them and determine the exact velocity of each wave. What? Even though made in the same instant. What? Multiple bangs? And you can tell where they at, how fast they going, never even seeing or hearing them. Listen, hold on. You're going to hear them and determine the exact velocity of each wave, even though made in the same instant. He shall detect every one and the velocity and force of each. And this was the 33rd divine law. And did decree, right? For the same spirit, this angel. He shall now begin the practice of combining and creating color by sounds. Let this sink in. You can create color by sounds. Is this how you play the blues? Is this how you can feel blue? He shall now begin the practice of combining and creating colors by sounds and sounds by color. What? Both in the physical and the spiritual. His teachers, look at this, shall make explosions with light and explosions without light. What? And by using only his eye and ear, he shall be able to determine the elements by which the explosions were made. What? And this was the 34th divine law. So you're going to learn how to make color by sound and sound by color. And you're going to be able to determine using only your eye if an explosion was made with light or without light, where it was at, how fast, what it was made of. Without even seeing it. Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah. This was the 34th divine law. And did true God decree. He shall go far away from the explosions. And when he hears the waves come to him, even though he does not hear the explosion, he shall be able to determine. He shall be able to determine by the waves, by the vortex. What are the waves? Maxwell was telling you, the waves are sound. The waves are light. The waves is energy. What is it traveling through? The ether. It's the medium. Huh? By the waves of vortex of what substance the explosions was made. Even though he does not hear the explosion, he shall be able to determine by the waves of what substance the explosion was made, and whether in light or darkness, and if it was in light, what colors were manifested. This nigga called. This was the 35th divine law, nigga. You gotta learn this. That's just, we on the second, we ain't even in the upper second resurrection. It's just the lower. Here go your messenger. Yeah, an angel is a messenger. A messenger is an angel. It's just one rank. Shout out to the Swift messenger. Hebrew 144. Rise and power system. Right? And then you become a marshal. Where does even the term even come from? Why does it still have ranking power even in its title today? Because as above, so below. And then you become a deputy. How do you become? See, you become a messenger and a marshal, then you can become a deputy. But to become a deputy, you must be appointed by who? The Lord. So the Lord, who your Bible say is a man of war, is one, but he's not the Most High. Why? Because the Lord is the lowest of the emancipated ranks of angels. So the Lord, your Most High, is truly the most low. I'm showing it to you. Y'all praise the Lord. This is why he got his ass whooped by Jacob. Because he was just a nigga. Fronting like he was the creator. This is why he couldn't whoop them niggas in the mountains with them iron chariots. Because he was a fronting ass nigga who got his ass whooped by another guy. Why? Because in truth, he was probably a fragile God, just like he was a fragile man. That put a whole twist on when the house of Israel asked your God to go up there against the Benjamites, and he said, go up there, and the Benjamite God whooped your God ass and sent him back down there. And he said, man, we gonna go again. He said, go up. You went over that boy's house, knocked on the Benjamite's door. His mama came to the door. He said, is Benjamin here? Yeah, y'all the Israelites, Benjamin here? Yeah, can you tell him to come outside? He was like, come outside, nigga. Yeah, we about to get him up. And Benjamin whooped your ass again. Killed 18,000 of you, the 22,000 the first day, 18,000 of you the next day. Did you ever take into account who whooped your God ass that you could lose? Who punched your God in the mouth? Why it couldn't be Benjamin God? Wait a minute. I thought they was the same God. So was he tricking you? Contradiction, no exceptions. It's erroneous. It's erroneous. Hallelujah. 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 Yeah, contradiction. But then there's a higher second resurrection, right? Of angelic rank. And see, one thing about a WASB is it lean on common sense. Right? We see these angelic ranks just like in the armies. Right? And once you figure out that when you head into Lord God status, a Lord God is a God that handles both roles. the administration of the heavens and the administration of the earth dealing with man. So it would make sense that if the heavens is ranked like the armies, that the higher second resurrection is also. Right? We got the higher second resurrection education in the angelic ranks. Also, I would like to show that in the higher second resurrection, in between the lieutenant, remember these are ranks of angels. Where did y'all get this from? Captain, in the ranks of major, in the ranks of colonel, in the ranks of chief. Out of these ranks are where all your false gods come from. So your Chilemung, aka Osar, comes out of this rank, false god. Your Baal out of this rank. Your Ashtaroth, your Dagon, your Hagok. Yeah, your Rama, your Brahma, your Buddha, your Allah, aka Thoth Gabriel, all come out of the lieutenant, captain, major, colonel, and chief rank. For the most part, they get up here, get these high ranks, and get the smelling themselves. Nigga, I can do this. Nigga, I'm big chief around here, cuz. Yeah, nigga, me and my colonel out this thing. We out of here. We ain't got to take this from y'all. We go down to the earth, set up our own heaven, cuz. Yeah, praise Christ, nigga. I'm the new Christ, cuz. This is where you get cripping Jesus from, nigga. Yeah. But look, after you get past lieutenant, captain, on the second resurrection, higher second resurrection, colonel, status of chief, you get to the rank of Lord God. Y'all, don't y'all praise the Lord's God? It's a one-time man. No more than what you gonna be in time to come. Nothing to be praised. Why always looking like a man? Why God, the Lord God, always looking like a man? Because the Lord God is a man. As a matter of fact, there's a guy in history, renowned, who actually became a true, got up this high, look, went through all this. First rank, angelic rank, he learned all this. Got past this, got past the second resurrection. You did what I'm talking about, learned all this, entered the primary soul. He did all that. Even became messenger, marshal, and even Lord. He went higher than that. He went up through the lieutenant rank, the captain, the major, the colonel rank, the chiefs, who all work for the Lord God, or the sub-God, who works for true God, who in turn works for Jaja, the creator, right? There's a guy known in history, right, as Anu, right? Yep, that Anu. Anu of Sumerian fame, or his true name, Anu Hassaj, right? Became a true Lord God, the real deal. He was so free. He was the, I don't know how he did this. Well, I do know how he faked in front until he got up here. But then all that whole shit came up out of him. All the punk came up out of him. we call them Lord gods, because you get your whole Sumerian doctrine is one of the 4 Elohim. The other one being Osiris, Tien, and Sugger. Uh-oh. Then in the 3rd resurrection, remember there's 3 levels to the atmospheric heaven. In the 3rd resurrection, you become a bride or a bridegroom, right? What is a bride in heaven? So what you can now leave the confines of this. A title bequeathed to all those who have gone beyond the bounds of heaven in atmosphere, and who are, see? So the gods and the saviors are impediments to your perpetual ascension. As we say of man at 21 years old in 1880 alone, that is a bridegroom and bride to the creator, right? So the bride married the father, and I become a bridegroom by marrying Ormaz, master. She, huh? I created a woman for me, most adorable. So you become a bride and bridegroom at 21. Can't nobody tell you nothing. After you done learned this level of information and become a bride and bridegroom, you've earned emancipation. Now having the knowledge, emancipation means now having the knowledge, traveling the etheric That's crazy. I didn't even know that I was offline. Wow, man, I was going in. I was going in. Boy, I didn't even know that my thing went. Listen, it must be meant for me to come back and do this, bro. It must be meant for me to come back and do this because I was going crazy and ain't nobody see it. Dang. Because I'm all the way down, man. So I guess we missed a lot of what I was actually putting down, man. Man. Gotta check the chat, but I wasn't even looking. I was looking at the document. I wasn't even looking at the chat. You dig what I'm talking about? Dang, man, that's crazy, man. I was going hammer. Hey, man, listen. I was going in. I was all the way down here, Nirvanian. So did y'all even see the second resurrection, third resurrection talk? Man, I'm sick. Boy, I was going hammer. Cosmo, I was up in here churching. Oh man, I was up in here churching. Oh man, boy, hey, where did we leave off? Where did y'all leave off at, man? Did y'all see the second resurrection? I was just going hammer. I didn't see nothing. I gotta look at the chat. You dig what I'm saying? I gotta always look at the chat. You right, BC. It was crazy, man. Y'all didn't see none of the resurrection, did you? Oh, wow. Okay. All right, man. Dang. Okay. I think, you know what? At this point, man, we just listen. I'll just redo it, man. I ain't even go do it to myself. I might not even share this video. You dig what I'm talking about? I might not even share this video. Man, y'all want to come in, man, holler at your boy real quick, man. We get copy this down real quick, man. Y'all come in, holler at your boy, man. God damn. Hey, man. Hey, look, that jank, I did not know that jank went out, man. Boy, I was going in. You know what I mean? I was going in. I ain't even got it in me to do it that good again. I got to start over again on that one, man. Golly. Yeah, it did snow. It did snow, but it ain't snowing right now, man. That was just some whack internet or something, man. I don't know what that was, bro. That's crazy, man. Anybody want to come in, man, hit the link, man. Holler at your boy Cosmo in for a minute, man, before we get up out of here. Or dang, man. I don't even know if I share this live. You dig what I'm talking about? Where did we leave off at? Is there a way I can go back and look at the video? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we got to the point of emancipation. I think I can finish this off. Okay, so I'm looking on the live. I seen where I got to the point to where it kind of blacked out. We was at bride and bridegroom. You dig what I'm talking about? Nope, I'm about to finish this. You dig what I'm saying? Let me show my screen. Get back to this, and we'll get right back to where we was at. You dig what I'm talking about? We'll get to the third resurrection right here. You dig what I'm talking about? And okay, now we didn't explain that there are in the atmospheric heavens that, or the gaseous atmospheric, cut into three parts that move in three speeds. The lowest, most dense, breathable part being hara. The middle, more intermediate area being called atmospheria, right? Called etheria or nirvana, which is actually nirvana or the third resurrection, or been called what is up with that? What is up with that? That's crazy. It may be the wind. Let me share this real quick and get back to it. Right? I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at. Right? Okay. Yeah. Drew just wiggling. Why? Yo, can y'all hear me? Hit me with a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, man. Hold on. This is weird. Can y'all hear me? Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can hear me, man. Hit me with a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, man. Weird. That's weird, man. Let me see if I can try it one more time. Every time I do this screen share, it seems like it don't want to. Okay. Can I be heard now, y'all? Can I be heard now? Hit me with a 2 in the chat if I can be heard. It seems like I'm buffering. Facts. Facts, Selah. Facts. I seen you, Bronze Yoke, too, man. I wasn't ignoring your call, man. I seen you. I was trying to get back up in here. You dig what I'm talking about? Okay. She said I can be heard. All right. Well, once you graduated from the third resurrection, right, you become what is called a bride or a bridegroom, or you marry or become one with the Great Spirit. If you are female, you will marry him in his spiritual male, or him as an energy manifestation, becoming one. If you are a male, a man, you're going to marry the creator in his feminine or negative state and become one, right? Now, a bride and a bridegroom is the degree or the rank of an angel in heaven, right? It is a title that is bequeathed to all those who have gone beyond the bounds of the atmospheric heavens, right? And who are free from the say of gods and saviors and lords and messiahs, right? Why? Because you have become one with the creator, right? And as we say of man at 21, he is free from his father. He is strong enough to go along, right? As we say that, so is it the same? So is it the same with a bride and bridegroom who has become one with the Great Spirit? Not even gods can tell you what to do. Only those in service to the Creator follow his orders, though. See, with this title of bride and bridegroom, it doesn't lock you in, it emancipates you. Because now, with emancipation, you now have the knowledge and have earned the benefit of traveling the Etherian heavens. Remember, you was learning all this stuff, to be a large body transporter and to be a creative and the judgment seat, and you learned how to build your own heavenly thrones, right? You did all that, right? Why? So when you and the earn benefit, let's get a little glimpse. at the Ethereum in heaven. That's just a little representation of the higher light. But once you've entered into the Ethereum heavens, you have the ability to become an archangel. What is an archangel, Cosmonian? An archangel is angels next in rank below the gods and goddesses who dwell in, and these archangels dwell in certain arcs, hence archangel. They dwell in certain areas in Etheria or deep space. They they generally come in the dawn or the beginning of a cycle to give new inspiration to mortals, just like today. The new inspiration to mortals today, they've been commonly calling this the information age, right? Not understanding cosmon or the balancing of great spirituality and corporality all at the same time, right? It's a dog picture. Of what I represent as an archangel. But we're the goddesses, right? What is a god or an ad or jos in the ancient Chinese tongue? Jos. God is in rank and a angel next above Lord and next below Orion chief. Huh? So if somebody tell God what to do, the Orion chief tell God what to do? Let that sink in a minute. What is a god? One who is sufficiently wise and powerful to take charge of a planet and its atmospheric heavens. So when they get to talking about, oh, he made the heavens and the earth, and that just lets you know there's an ignorant, indoctrinated person who actually don't know none of what they talking about. Sufficiently wise to take charge of a planet and its atmospheric heavens, which means it's already there. His assistant on the throne is called vice god or lord god. Sub gods or lords are those who have charge over a plateau, right? This is an Orion, right? And Orion is a ruler over Etherean worlds, right? A ruler over Etherean worlds. Just a little bit. Right? This is who tell true God what to do. Yeah, yeah, I think that that wind up here cutting like a. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that wind was cutting like crazy. Got the cable going nuts. Orion, let me try to speed through this real quick, get this done. And Orion is a ruler over Etherian world. We have Nirvanians. What is a Nirvanian? It's an angel. One of a council who appoint the Orions. The Nirvanians appoint the Orions and their places and duties. But the Orions are ruler over Etherian worlds. But the Orions have a worker bee named God who run the Etherian world for the Orion who was placed there by the who is under the auspices of the OTN. Super Saiyan faith is. Super Saiyan faith is powering up on that OTN level. These the guys who start vortex. Wow. My cable is tripping. All right. My cable tripping. You dig what I'm saying? Let me hurry up and get this done. This is we in the etheric heavens. We passed God. We've passed the Orion chiefs. We've passed the Nirvanian God. Now we are Man, this thing cutting a fool today. It is cutting a fool. Man. This thing cutting a fool, y'all. All right. Try it one more time. I'm at the last one. We just want to get this mug out of here, get it done. I'll redo it. You dig what I'm talking about? Sorry for the technical difficulties. If y'all know, for the most part, this ain't what happens on Cosmological channel. Usually, we flowing, you know what I mean? Keeping this thing going. Right? But we back. You dig what I'm talking about? And we got right here, highest of the, for us right now is the eon. A traveler in the survey of magnitude, a magnitude also known as a great circuit, is a 239,616,608,000 year cycle, or what we call the trip around the galactic center. Oh yeah. We know how to measure the Earth. And no, it's not 4.5 billion years old. It's over 5.5 billion years old. Oh yeah. A traveler in the survey of magnitudes who notified the Otians of available places for new worlds and the time for dissipating the old ones. Remember, you learned ooze and creative. So on the higher level, a creative would be, but the guys who put it all together are the eons. Shout out to the big homie. Let me get back to this. So maybe that's what's messing up. You dig what I'm talking about? But let me see if I can. Okay. What is wrong with my computer today, y'all? This mug is bugging. Oh, yeah. Earth over 5.5 billion years old. We on the 23rd Great Circuit. Do the homework, right? You can round up or round down. 239 million times 23 trips. To find out what science believes is the truth of the age of the planet, when they believe it's 3.5 to 4.5 billion years old, that's only 15 to 18 trips around the galactic center. We are currently in the 23rd. Uh-oh. Yep. How you know, Cosmo? Because we the only niggas can tell time. Tell me another way of reckoning time that a white boy didn't give you, or a religious god. And I ain't got no problem with white folks, man. Shout out to all the good white folks out there. But you know what I'm saying. You're right. You do the math. 239 million times 23. All right. You did what I'm saying. If y'all got a little something up out of this, man, hit your boy Cosmonian in the chat, man. Hit me with a vortex, man. It was a little weird today, y'all. Sorry about that. You did what I'm talking about. I think I need to get to download this the new OWASP in here, because this is weird how they got it. How the thing is set up. And it don't let you let me see if I can do this real quick. See, it's hating on the player. I know where it's at. I just wanted to go right to it, but it is in the book of Forgopity. Oh man, what chapter is it though? Man, hold on. Let me see if I can go to my other OWASP. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see if I can go find my other OWASP. All right, let me open this up. All right, bear with me, y'all. Let me see. Let me look this up. Boop, boop, boop. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Now this big dog right here. We gonna read what is this? Book of Forgopity. Hold on, let me look at it on my other one. Let me get this out the way. Chapter 17. All right. Let me close this. Book of Forgopity. 17. All right. This is doggish. Let me show y'all this real quick. Let me show you what an eon is. How they be doing it, how they be cruising. You dig what I'm talking about? We gonna leave out on this, right? We gonna leave out on the big homie C2, right? The big homie C2 pulling up on the other big homie Forgopity. You dig what I'm talking about? This is C2 pulling up on Forgopity. Dig this, right? Dig their conversation. Right? Now, on the way to Zeradu, right, which is a heavenly plateau, right? Forgopity and his host in the Avalanza, which is a massive ship, right? Now they on their way to a place, a heavenly place called Xeradu. And they in a ship called an Avalanche. They were joined by a ship of 1 billion explorers. 1 billion. From where? From the north regions. 1,000 times farther than the North Star. Now, our northern star, right? Or what you would call Polaris, or it's in the Great Dipper. It's also known as the North Star. It's called the Tau. It's also been called Heracleon, right? Is our sun's sun. Huh? Vortexian energy flows south to north, but our planet is geared to our sun's northern Haidan, or northern point of its line of radiation, right? Or the Haidan, right? So the Earth is tilted slightly towards it. Follow me? But it's always oriented to the north of its sun. Our Earth is always oriented to the Earth, but so is our sun oriented to the north of its sun, which is Polaris, which is our North Star, and which is why the force we call magnetism that is drawn in the northern area towards Polaris at all times, right, can be read in magnetism to always to show the northern, quote unquote, magnetism found in the planet, right? When in fact, there is no force of magnetism or gravitation. It is all from the centripetal, toroidal force called vortex, and the makeup of the space around the planet that affects the planet in different ways. And because space is cold and there is a south to north flow of energy into our planet, that is why we have the most massive ice block on the quote unquote southern side of our planet, even though it faces the sun at more time than the north is. And when the north is actually towards the face of the sun, it is cold. Interesting. I mean, when the south of the planet, which should be closer, it's colder. But anyway, right? They're from the northern regions, 1,000 times farther than the North Star. Let's look this up. How far is the North Star from Earth? "332 light years." Check this out. We are 332 light years from the Earth, from Polaris, or the Northern Star, right? 332 or 323 light years. So they came 1,000 times farther than the North Star. So 323,000 times farther, 323,000 light years. Hold on, wait. You from a place 323,000 light years past. First of all, it's 323 light years just to get to our sun's sun, the northern star, Heracleon. You from 323,000 light years away. Wow. Of the 7th magnitude of light, even 3 higher than Phregapati himself, right? Remember, we showed y'all the ranks of the angels, right? And C2 is an eon, right? Let me show y'all. Let me go back to this. All right, I gotta check out of that. Present, share. All right. Now look, remember, C2 is an eon. He's 3 levels higher than Phregapati. So let's go back. So that's Otian, Nirvanian, Orion. Right? But he talking to Big Dog. What Big Dog name? Him mama name him mama name him C2. Let me share this with y'all. Right? He's of the 7th magnitude of light. He's even 3 higher than Phregapati, the Orion chief. C2, the chief in command of the expedition, greeted in the sign of Yahweh's name. We know how to do it. Which Phregapati answered, and by certain signals, the ships approached and made fast, which means they connected to each other. With the SNRs, remember they kept talking about the choirs of angels? Yeah. Spiritual musicians are called SNRs, right? With SNRs of both singing and playing the same anthem, being 5 million voices, right? So they got 5 million people just in their choir. C2 got 1 billion people with him in his ship, and half as many trumpeters. So there's 750 million musicians. And C2 came near the Phregapati saluting. The host stood in line so he could hear what was said. So after due ceremonies and acquainting each other as to who they were, where they came from, and so far and so forth, then C2 spoke, saying, I see you have your ship balanced with a north magnet. Look, we'll see what he's saying. Yo, son, I see you pushing that little 4.0. Phregapati said, this is only a 5 years dawn. So the dawn for Phregapati was from 7553 to 7548 BC, or excuse me, 7053 BC to 7048 BC, time of Phregapati in Zarathustra. Phregapati said, this is only a 5 years dawn, and I teach my hosts how to ballast. That's what the magnet is for. So they may better read the maps, roadways, stars, and suns. Of these, my hosts, 500 million have become capable of being delivered into etheria or brides and bridegrooms, except in cosmological. Cosmogony. Look how look. We got the only book in the world that teaches cosmogony. Also throws in prophecy because you can't prophesy if you don't know cosmogony. But guess what else you can't do? You can't read the maps, the roadways, the stars, or the suns without a proper cosmogony. I am providing for them so that when they ascend, they may not be lost in the Ethereal world, nor be dependent on others. Didn't they tell you they was going to teach you how to drive them ships and them boats? C2 said, now look, they talking time and space. What is the length of the serpent? He talking about the great Tao saying, how long does it take our earth to go around the sun? Right? He said, what is the length of the serpent? Fragapati said 7 1/8 Hoitumu, or 4.7 million years. And he asked C2 what distance he had come from his home, and C2 said 1,412,832 Hoitumu. Seven 1/8 Hoitumu makes 7 1/8. I did the math on this shit, and it came out to a number in miles with 29 zeros. I'll bring that out another day. We'll just keep running. What is the length of the serpent? He said it's 7 1/8 Hotumu. This is a calculation, right? We got to know this to approach the Godhead. We can do this math though. And he asked C2 what distance he had come from his home, and C2 said 1,412,830 of these Hoitumu. How long is your journey yet before you? How long you got to go? He said 500,000 years. We out here cruising. Gang. You dig what I'm talking about? And the avalons are just smashing. You dig what I'm talking about? Breaking up hell knots, man. Flying with the big homie C2. He got 1 billion ninjas with it. He said he still got 500,000 years to go. What's that? How long is 500,000 years? Roughly 2 trips of the galactic, 2 spins around the galaxy. Remember, 239,616, 608,000 miles, million miles away. You dig what I'm talking about? 2 of them, roughly. You dig what I'm talking about? He got 500,000. Gee, yeah. And he said, then Fragapati inquired as to how many star worlds or planets C2 had so far passed on his journey. Look what C2 said. C2 said, we have passed 20,000 star worlds, some smaller than this red star or Earth, and some 10,000 times larger. Some of them yet liquid balls of fire, some newly crusted over, some with atmosphere, water, earth, and minerals not yet separated. Wow. So he caught it in its early stage of creation. But boiling, seething, whirling, some firm and just entering the age of Simu. And some old and worn out. And we passed one that had become barren as to living creatures. And the God through whose pastures it passed dissolved and dissipated it before us, having invited billions of guests to witness the scene. Look what's going on with the eons of atmospheric worlds. We have passed more than 90,000, some of them larger than the vortex of this red star and capable of providing homes to trillions of inhabitants. And yet, on many of them, there were no people. Thus, they discoursed on the size and wonder of Jehovah's kingdoms. Look, they still amazed. They still amazed. He ain't seen nothing that's been the same yet. He still got 500,000 years to go. But their number and description, only the gods themselves could comprehend. They were so vast. And when they had nearly concluded, Situ himself, a what? A eon. What is an eon? Note here, 577. Travelers in the surveys of magnitudes who notify the Otians of available places, new worlds, and the times for dissipating old ones. Right? The mortal desires, look what C2 said, the mortal desires to become a spirit. Then his ambition is to become an Etherian. Next, an Orion. And then next, a Nirvanian. And next, an Otian. And then to travel as eons, as itself, in the surveys of magnitudes. But those ahead is people ahead of the eons, still called to us to hasten, because the glories ahead are still more surpassing in magnificence. Huh? Who then can approach the unapproachable all highest? This is an eon. Praising the Most High Jah, your Father. Show me one time where that's done, where God praises the Creator in the Bible. Only in a wasp. He who fashioned, what? So even the eon is admitting that Jah, the unapproachable, the all highest, he who fashioned the plan of all creations, even though he teach you how to make planets, he fashioned it, tell you how to do it. Who is there that is not swallowed up with devotion in awe of him who is ever present, that extends beyond all limit? Our Father, Yahweh. What? Dig what I'm talking about? And then when they drew near Xeridu, C2 and his ship and his host withdrew, duly saluting, and he said, hey, yo, Forgopity, what's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6? He said about 500,000 more miles, cocksucker beat it. Yo, shout to Jay, man. Shout out to Jay, man. Oh, man, I wasn't even showing that. But y'all see I was reading it. You dig what I'm talking about right here? Y'all see I was reading in Forgopity chapter 17. Dig what I'm talking about? I'm 17. Booyah. Your homeboy C2. Right? But this number right here, right? I just wanted y'all to the magnitude of what they talking about. He said, what is the length of the great serpent? Right? It's 4.7 million years. 7 1/8 Hortumu. Right? That's 4.7 million years. So he asked him, how far have you come from your home? Now, mind you, We just figured it out. His home world in the North region is 1,000 miles past the Northern Star, or 323 light years away from Earth. So he just came 323,000 light years to get to where Fragapati is over here by the red planet or the Earth. You dig what I'm talking about? And now, mind you, if 7 1/8 Hoitumu is 4.8 million years, right? He said he's traveled 1,412,832 Hoitumu. So, this number, when you multiply it, got 29. Is it 39 or 29? I think it's 29 zeros to get this number. I did the math on it before, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, with that being said, man, you know, all these difficulties today in the yard. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm gonna just go ahead and close it out early, man. I hope y'all got something from it, man. Hit your boy with an 8 in the chat, right? Hit me with an 8 in the chat if you got a little something up out of this, man. You dig what I'm talking about? We learned about the ranks of angels. We learned about the first resurrection, the lower second resurrection, the upper second resurrection. We learned about the third resurrection, becoming a bridegroom and or bride or bridegroom. We learned about the emancipation into the heavenly realms. We learned about becoming an archangel. We learned about the next level, which is God. We learned about the next level, which is Orion. We learned about the next level, which is Nirvanian. We learned about the next level, which is Otian. And we learned about the next level after that, which is an Eon. Traveler of the great magnitudes. 323,000 light years. Fuck. Listen, bro. We gonna be cruising, man. I'm gonna put the Avalanza together. You dig what I'm talking about? Go load that thing up. You know what I mean? Think I'm gonna run mine off music. You dig what I'm saying? Think I'm gonna run my Avalanza off music. Man, I can't even imagine some of this stuff, man. It's just amazing. Hey, but with that being said, man, you dig what I'm talking about? If y'all got a little something, man, hit your boy with an 8 in the chat. You dig what I'm talking about? But you dig what I'm saying? With that being said, man, just want you to breathe in. Let the light in, man, because I'm Cosmoni. Come on.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh, just that job F, that chow mein, that palpable, that towel main. Since sun south in the arc of Wayne, my brain moving like Tao Sane. So ass above, it's so below, that up and that down thing. This flow is atmospheric, I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning. So how your God make a sun without vortexing current? See, the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people. Oh, watch me flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether. And when the force gets the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing Puerto. My DNA is Moshe, mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN, it's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita, rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint, shout out my big homie Sealer. Got more torque than a sports car, got more work than a door star. In the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahuin is now a Angui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you making salat. Well, I'm a Israelite, I'ma make him at the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith that's so yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you